Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today, let's take a look at the 2026 Kia K5 GT. Huge shout out to Planet Kia for providing this sedan for me today. Take a look at their website, that link is down in the description. This K5 is finished off in a steel matte gray, and the MSRP is just shy of $36,000. Now this model here is powered by the 2.5 liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. It's paired to the 8-speed dual clutch automatic, and it pumps out 290 horsepower, 311 pound-feet of torque. This model here is front-wheel drive, however you can get all-wheel drive. Weighs in around 3,300 pounds. It'll do 0 to 60 in 5.4 seconds with a top speed of 155 miles an hour. It also has a fuel capacity of 15.8 gallons, and you'll expect to see it 23 miles per gallon in the city and 33 out on the highway. This also has a wheelbase of 112.2 inches. Its overall length is 193.1. It has a width of 73.2, a height of 56.9, and its ground clearance measures in at 5.3 inches. Now, as we move on to the exterior styling, let's start off with the dark headlight housing. They have a really nice design, blending in nicely with parts of the grille, and you'll notice parts of the turn signal work their way to the side there with almost a Z pattern design. And there's also some fog lights in the lower section of the bumper. Now there's also a sensor in the lower section for distance pacing and all of that tech. There's also parking sensors too, and then plenty of cutouts in all of the grille accents to provide additional cooling. There's also the brushed aluminum badge for the Kia logo there, and then a few crisp lines coming down the hood. Now this model also has a unique design for the two-tone wheels, along with the neon green brake calipers. You'll see more of that coloring as we enter the interior, which is a unique touch. This also has gloss black for the mirrors, along with the turn signal. They are manual, so you do have to fold them in as needed. There's this chrome accent, and then a full moonroof up top. And then you'll notice a few crisp lines flowing down the side, along with the fender arches and that bodywork. Now in back, you'll notice the backup camera right in the middle, along with a trunk release. And then there's LEDs for the rest of the lighting, backup camera. You'll notice the quad tip exhaust, which is a part of the GT package. And then the diffuser in the middle has a few fins, and it's also body colored too. Now this also features remote start, so you can use the key fob where you just lock it, of course, and then you'll hold this button on the back side, and we can start this up real quick. It's not going to be too loud, but it's a nice feature, of course, to have, and then you can hold on that to shut it off, and then you also have your unlock button and then the control for the trunk. Or just push on that button that I mentioned earlier and it will pop open. Now for the K5, this has a good bit of space in back, and it also has a spare tire underneath where you could place in some smaller items if you needed to. But you can also fold down the back seats as well to get even more interior space in the back. So for this size vehicle, it's definitely very practical to make this a daily driver. And you'll notice too that trim accent above the windows works its way to the top of the trunk lid there, giving it a really nice integration. Now as we work our way to the interior, this is where you will start to see more of that neon color from the brake calipers. It's on all of the stitching, where there's also some storage down below. There's some gloss black accents, and then the trim accents in the upper section. And then you'll notice it on the seats here. And with it released from the back there, this is the opening to get into the back. Of course, you have the other two to fold down as well to place in some additional cargo. And then at 5'10", I have a good bit of space. There's storage pockets behind both front seats, vents in the middle, along with auxiliaries down below. And at my height, I have about a ½ inch or so of headroom, so I can sit upright and be comfortable. Go on a long trip, you could fit a car seat back here. It's definitely spacious for its size. And then right in the middle, there's the armrest along with the cup holders. And then there's also that small cargo window, so it makes this pillar in the back much smaller, of course, to see around. And then up front, there's the window controls, side mirror adjustments, more storage down below, and the same materials, of course. And then the power operating front seats with all of the yellow stitching. And then as we hop in, we're greeted with a leather steering wheel with the flat bottom design and the GT badge. And coming back to the gauge cluster now, to go through this information, you have controls over on the right side of the steering wheel. So you'll mainly use this one right here, and then there's some arrows underneath it. There's also the rest of the cruise control settings and the lane keeping assist. On the left side, there's a favorites button along with some voice commands, Bluetooth, and then volume, mode, and tuning. But pushing on this control right here, you can start to go through this information. Now, not all of it you'll be able to scroll up and down, but there's going to be a few settings here where you can scroll down and then continue to monitor the rest of that information. There's also paddle shifters on both sides. And then on the left, there's a dimmer switch, traction control, a release for the trunk. There's one air vent. And then as we work our way to the infotainment system, you have a good bit to go through, and you can just simply swipe left or right to get through all of these widgets here. Now you'll notice there's some controls underneath in order to gain access to that. Currently you'll see that the climate adjustments are shown. If you push this upper arrow, now everything is going to appear for the infotainment system. So you can get to home, you can also pull up the map, there's a search control, and you can even get into a favorites and setup too. So you can further monitor this information and quickly go through those. Now, if you push on the fan in the lower section again, now everything is going to be for the climates. So now there's temperature dials on both sides, fan speed in the middle, so you can quickly adjust that where you'd like the air to go, and then some defrosters as well. And then these will also turn into power and volume, and then tuning once you have it for the infotainment system. So a really neat integration to keep everything in one area there. There's also wireless charging with auxiliaries, 2 cup holders. This also has heated seats, so those controls are on both sides. Right in the middle, there's also different driving modes. So there's normal, sport, and a My Drive. My Drive is customizable, so you can set that up as needed. You'll also notice auto hold with the e-brake. There's parking sensors and a shortcut to the camera system, or simply just put this into reverse. So this has the backup angle and then a few others, just depending on how you need to view your surroundings there. And then you can put it into drive and then shift here or with the paddle shifters themselves. There's a little bit of storage along with a 12 volt and more storage in the armrest, and then plenty in the glove box. Rear views up top, and then there's also dome lights and controls for both the sunroof and sunshade, as they are both automatic. And then here's a look at visibility. You have quite a lot of glass and those small pillars, making it easy to see over both shoulders. As we set up behind the wheel for the Kia K5 GT, this is definitely a really neat sporty sedan from Kia. With the GT, you also have the turbo engine. If you go with the GT line, that will give you the same 2.5 liter 4-cylinder without the turbo. So of course that will cut power significantly, just depending on the options that you would like. Now it's worth noting too, with this GT, you can also go with all-wheel drive. So if you want a little bit more grip with all of that power, maybe you're driving more in inclement weather, you can get the all-wheel drive system as well. With the front-wheel drive here though, you're still going to have a very performance-oriented vehicle, and one that's also going to handle very well. This is definitely a sporty sedan that is going to give you all of those characters without something that is next level performance. So it is going to be something that's quick. It can handle these turns well. It's not all that loud, and it's going to get some really good MPG. So even just a turn like that was definitely very nice. And it's also super comfortable and quiet. So if you want a really good daily driver, but you want something that is still going to give you some performance and that fun factor, the K5 is going to be a good option. So just with a small acceleration like that, we were easily able to get up to speed. And of course, this has a lot more potential than what I'm doing today. And the shifts are also going to be fantastic for that dual clutch automatic. So again, you have a lot of the sporty characteristics, the sport suspension too, just to give you a nice ride and feel. Now, just driving this in general, like I said, it's very comfortable, and it's something that has a lot of space for its size overall. At 5'10" up front, currently I have about 1.5 inches or 2 of headroom, and this has the height adjustable seat. So you could be 6 feet tall and still fit comfortably in this, and still have plenty of room for your passengers in the back. And then I really like the layout for all of the tech features. This is something that's not new from Kia, having this design here, but having more of the physical buttons down below. Even though it is on a touchpad there, it's still super easy to navigate and access all of this information. So I think it's a great layout, and it would just make for a very easy daily driver. With the information that is provided, it's definitely easy to go through it. And then still in sport mode, second gear, here we go. And just a minor acceleration, not all that loud, but again, the paddles are super responsive. So it just adds to the sporty drive behind the wheel of the K5. And this is what it's like to be in the driver's seat where it's definitely a great layout. For the price too, there's some plastic on the upper door sill here, but there's a soft touch leather material for the dash there, and everything else is very nice. So for the performance that you're getting for the money, it's definitely a very good option to go with. If you want something that is more of a daily driver in terms of MPG, if MPG is high on your list, this is going to be a great combination between the two. So definitely a nice combo with being a practical sedan and also a little bit sporty at the same time. And it's very comfortable too. I like from Kia, for the pricing, you're getting a very solid vehicle. Nothing seems cheap about the interior, so it's well put together for its price, especially in a market where vehicles are continuing to rise in price. For this money, this is a fantastic option to go with. And let's put it back into sport mode so we can give it a slight acceleration after this turn here. For what we can do today, that was a quick acceleration, but it's definitely something that's going to be super fun to drive. And I'll put it back into the normal mode here and let the vehicle do the shifting. It definitely has a good bit of power and acceleration. So for this amount of power, for the amount of money, it's a really good option to go with. And that is going to wrap it up for the 2026 Kia K5 GT. Once again, huge shout out to Planet Kia for providing this for me today. Take a look at their website, give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.